Hi there folks, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm back in the Scottish borders. I'm actually in the town of Kelso, which I don't think I've ever been to Kelso before. Looks like a really pretty wee place. And where I'm actually going to be visiting for this one is one of the four border abbeys, and that is Kelso Abbey. And there isn't any parking that I could find directly for the abbey itself. So I've parked a street over, so I have to head back down the street and find my way into the abbey itself. I think this is the third one that I've done for the border abbeys. I think the only one that I've not done yet will be Jedburgh Abbey. I've tried to visit, I tried to visit Jedburgh Abbey once before, but again I think I got there just a bit too late in the day and it actually closed for the day. So I will have to rectify that and get to Jedburgh at some point. And I'm pretty sure Kelso Abbey's in the care of Historic Scotland, so I should be able to get in with my Historic Scotland's membership card. And again, there will be a website for the abbey as well, so I'll link that into the description bar below and in a pinned comment in the comment section. So, and again, before I head off, if you enjoy my channel, if you enjoy my videos, if you can click on the subscribe button, click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments. It's always really appreciated. It really does help the channel to grow. And if you'd like to support the channel further, you can also click on the join button and become a channel member. And all the money raised from that goes back into creating more content like this. So with that out the road, I'm gonna grab my things and head on down to the abbey. Yeah, Kelso's one of these wee places that does seem to have held on to its historic charm. Well, a lot of it's old sandstone buildings. And yeah, beautiful wee place. I think over there, that's the parish church, which seems to be in a kind of octagonal kind of shape, which is a bit strange for a church. I'll turn the camera around in just a second and have a wee look at that before I head through the graveyard, because I think that'll be the way I'll be heading to get to the ruins. But definitely an interesting looking parish church, that one. Yeah, mostly a lot of kirks in Scotland tend to be kind of quite square or rectangular. Right. It's a bit strange that the graveyard's not fenced off either. It's just we've got the roads and then just the graveyard. But I think this should be the way I'm going. I'm sure the ruins are just over there through the trees. So this is the abbey here. Also, I'll go around the corner in just a moment and get myself in through the gate. But even though it is a ruin, you can just see how intricate some of the carvings are. Also, there's more of it round there. I think the way in is just down there on the left. Yeah, so those are the usual opening times. That's on the Kelso Town Trail. But unfortunately, it is closed because they found an issue with the condition of the building. They have to investigate further. And they do have some information boards up at the gate, so you can at least read a wee bit about the abbey itself. So obviously, where I'm standing just now, we're roughly just in front of that door there. So the church itself, the drawing in that direction. Obviously it's got all the, like the cloisters and monastic buildings would be over in that direction there. So pause and read if you want to have a little nosy at that. So it's Terentian order, not one that I know of. Also that would give you an idea of what the abbey would have looked like inside during its heyday. Even though I can't go in and explore just now, I'll just try and get some views of the ruins from outside the fence. So the site itself would have been a lot larger. I think a lot of it has been swallowed up with Kelso growing up around the remains or the ruins. Because you can see just there, well, I'm guessing that would highlight the lines of, or the line of one of the walls. So the church pit would probably have extended well into that direction. And a lot of this graveyard would have been part of the monastic grounds as well. So even though right now I'm outside the gate that surrounds the ruins, back in the medieval period I probably would have been standing right in the middle of the church itself. So see how impressive this place would have been back then. Yeah, I think that bit definitely looks a lot more modern. I think that maybe has used some older features from the abbey or the monastery. I think it looks like it's a burial isle of some sort now. It'd be nice to have a good explore of that when all this reopens. And I did look up online, and there is one ghost story associated with Kelso Abbey, and it actually involves Alexander III. And he was the one who obviously who is famous for dying just outside Kinghorn in Fife. And that story is sort of related to what happened to him at Kinghorn. Because it was back in 1285. He remarried to his new wife. Her name was Yolanda. And they get married in the abbey over here, Kelso. And at the wedding feast, after the nuptials had happened, they're all getting together, having their big feast after the party. And then out of all the hubbub and celebrations, a skeletal figure appeared and walked through the crowd and walked directly up to Alexander III and just stood there in front of him, pointing at him without saying a word, then just disappeared. And it's within the year, so in 1286, Alexander was over on up kind of far further north, and decided it would be a good idea to ride out into a storm so he could head to where his new wife Yolanda was in Kinghorn. And obviously he didn't get there, and was thrown from his horse during the storm and was found the next morning. And it has been suggested that this story about the skeletal figure showing up and pointing at Alexander III was a premonition or a warning of his death. And essentially his death and the death of his granddaughter Margaret of Norway, which essentially led to the Scottish War, or Scottish Wars of Independence. So Kelso itself, through a ghost story, played a part in the sort of that dark period of Scottish history. Well, that's me back at the car from my very quick visit to Kelso Abbey. Okay, it was a bit of a shame that it was closed, but again, it's still a good sign that Sort of Scotland are taking a lot of these structural issues seriously and are actually doing something about it rather than just letting a lot of these old glorious buildings just fall to pieces. It's always good to see that something is getting done to preserve them. And again, it's just more reason to come back for another adventure. So hopefully you'll have enjoyed this video, hopefully you've found it interesting, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.